I'm at the University of Bangor in North Wales, where scientists are studying climate change in a rather unusual way. These tanks contain clams, hundreds of them, from the Irish Sea and the North Atlantic. Here's one of them. And the significant thing is that clams can live for hundreds of years, which means that their shells can tell us a story about how the temperature has changed over all of that time. Now, it's well known that tree rings give you a lot of information about the life of a tree, in this case over about half a century. Well, the layers of a shell of a clam can do pretty much the same for life down in the ocean. So what they do is they take a cross-section, a slice through the shell, end up with something that looks a bit like this, and from that they take an extremely thin sample. Here's one, you can hardly see it on this slide, and they pop that under the microscope, and this is the result. It looks exactly like the tree rings, in fact, in close-up, and the thicker bands indicate a decent year for the clam, the thinner bands indicate a tough year. And the scientists have also extracted samples from these layers and analysed them chemically, which has allowed them to produce this graph. It's a temperature record over the last 1,000 years of what the clams experienced in terms of seawater temperature. Warmer in the Middle Ages, cooler in the Little Ice Age, and then this very dramatic rise over the last century to an unprecedented high. Now, one of the clams that contributed to this study is this one, the longest lived creature known to science, astonishingly 507 years old. It's just one example of a whole range of research that's going on to try to contribute to a better understanding of climate change.